The US president has confirmed the US will hold talks with Iran next week to discuss Tehran's nuclear program. The ceasefire he brokered between Israel and Iran appears to be holding 2 days in. Donald Trump is claiming a big win after NATO members agreed to his demands for a massive increase in defence spending.
They've had a big fight, like two kids in a schoolyard. You know, they fight like hell. You can't stop them. Let them fight for about 2-3 minutes, then it's easier to stop them.
And then Daddy has to sometimes use strong language.
You have to use strong language. Every once in a while you have to use a certain word.
Leaders at the NATO summit heaped praise on the US president for his efforts to end the 12-day war. Mr. Trump is disputing leaked preliminary intelligence suggesting the US strikes of Iran's nuclear facilities set back Tehran's nuclear program only a few months. He insists it was obliterated, despite claims Iran had time to move enrichment material before the bunker buster bombs hit.
We think we hit them so hard and so fast they didn't get to move. And if you knew about that material, it's very hard and very dangerous to move. It's called, in many people, they call it dust, but it's very, very heavy. It's very, very hard to move. And they were way down, you know, they're 30 stories down. They're literally 30, 35 stories down underground. We think it's covered with granite, concrete, and steel.
The head of the US intelligence agency says it has obtained credible evidence to indicate Iran's nuclear assets have been severely damaged by the targeted strikes. The White House is also pushing back at claims it was relying on Israeli assessments of the attack. The Israeli military is standing by its conclusions.
I'm prepared to say here that the assessment is that we have dealt a significant blow to the nuclear program, and I can say we have set it back by years.
Members of the Iranian parliament have chanted "God is great" and anti-American phrases after approving a bill to suspend cooperation with the UN nuclear watchdog. It wants the agency to guarantee the future and security of its nuclear facilities. The final decision needs the approval of the Supreme National Security Council. The head of the IAEA has suggested Tehran could rebuild its atomic infrastructure and has cautioned against its withdrawal from the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty.
This would be, of course, very regrettable. I hope this is not the case. I don't think this would help anybody, starting with Iran. This would lead to isolation, all sorts of problems, and why not? Perhaps, if not the unraveling, a very, very, very serious erosion in the NPT structure.
In southern Israel, a funeral has taken place for an 18-year-old woman killed in one of the last Iranian missile attacks. At least 28 people died in Israel during the war, with more than 1,000 others injured. The toll is much higher in Iran, with official figures showing 627 people have died and close to 5,000 others wounded. Human rights groups estimate close to 1,000 Iranians have been killed in the conflict. While the ceasefire holds, many people are still trying to flee the country, fearing the regime will turn on them.
I think the worst combination for the Iranian people was to have the war, to have the infrastructures damaged, but the government not falling, because then they will be taking their anger and frustration on the people they already started.